Now, jumping off from that last vlog with a thought directly inspired by it, and thinking about YouTube in terms of other artistic careers, people resent YouTube as a job, in large part due to this selling out they see it as causing, the influence they think it has on content, or at the very least the framing of that content through titles and thumbnails and the such. But that's inherent to every artistic medium, I think, or the majority of the most prominent ones. All artists have to sell out in particular ways that their various artistic mediums necessitate. So if you want to be a filmmaker, in most cases, you have to work on other people's films you don't necessarily count or care about, and then even more so as someone who is a filmmaker, in the beginning, oftentimes you have to make films for someone else. You've got to direct franchise films before you can go out and do your own. So Miyazaki had to work his way up the chain and direct a film in the Lupin franchise before he was able to go make his own original work. And so, no matter what industry you work in, generally, you're forced to work within that system. In the case of YouTube, it's uploading frequently, hopefully at least once a week, having a particular style of thumbnail, titling in a specific way. But if you're a writer of novels, in many cases, novelists on their first novel will have to frame it in a particular way or write a novel different from the one they were planning in order to sort of fit with the whims with the publisher to a degree that their work will get published. A musical artist may have to curtail their sound in order to be more palatable, at least until they have a large enough group of people who just enjoy them for them, and then they've got more creative freedom, as is what happens with YouTube itself as well. And so, to once again contribute to this idea of people who demean YouTube as a career, as being, you know, sort of close-minded, childish people whose perspective is limited, as much as the specific manner in which you have to sell out for YouTube is distinct from other mediums, the fact that you have to sell out and sort of play by the rules of your specific medium in order to initially build an audience is exactly consistent with the way these artistic mediums in general function. And if you don't recognize that out of some abstract pining for days of purity, whatever that means in the medium, you're missing out on the way art in general, in our society as it is now at least, sort of necessarily has to function. And of course that isn't to say that there aren't artists who manage to make it without selling out. There's also YouTubers who manage to do that. For one reason or another, the way in which they do things, their particular individual style is such that they don't have to adapt themselves too much in order to work within that system. But the fact that those exceptions exist don't at all contradict or undermine the fact that for many the only route is this conformity to the way the system in the industry works. As many guys who are able to go out and direct original films as their debut features may be someone to aspire to, not everyone can be that, and demeaning a director who wasn't able to take that path is immensely foolhardy, I would say. And the same way with YouTubers.